Welcome to the Fitmama podcast, where it's all about gaining your health back as a busy woman and mom, and doing it without sacrificing time with your family or business. Here is your host, mompreneur and Fitmama health coach, Angela Campbell.
Hey Fitmompreneur community, how are you? Happy Wednesday. I'm excited to hop on here today because I felt it was time to hop on here and share a little bit more of our story because I haven't done it in so long, and this group is just growing like crazy. So, as always, I love to give it a second just to have some faces on here. Say hi if you're hopping on live. Let me know that you're here. And if you're new to this amazing community, I want to share what to expect out of it. And today's video is going to be a little bit different. We do weekly trainings inside this group. However, we were gone on Monday, so I did not hop in here live on Monday like I normally do every single Monday at 10 a.m. Central. We do Fitmama trainings inside this group. Did not happen this week, but this is in place of that. So definitely, again, say hi if you're able to hear me okay. And I would love for you to do me a favor and tell me if you know the answer to this question, like how long have you been in our group? Did you just join? Have you been in here since we started a couple years ago? Actually, this community began a couple years ago, or how long have you been here? Just let me know. And the other question I would love, if you're on right now, I would love to know, like, where do you know me from? How did we connect? And again, if you don't know, because maybe you saw a Facebook ad that led you to this community, that, might be you for sure. So again, I want to make sure I can see comments too as you guys are hopping on. So yeah, so if you're hopping on now, again, how long have you been in the group here? And where did we connect? Because I know I connected with a lot of you guys on different places, and we may not even be connected yet. You may have just landed in this community. And so today on this video, I want to share with you a little bit of my story, kind of where did Fitmompreneur even come from? What led to this community? What the heck is the purpose, and what is the mission that we're on with all the things we do, and why we're always showing up? So I definitely want to just put it all there, be a little bit vulnerable with you guys today as well too. So if you're brand new to the community, this is great because I want you to know all about it. So again, I want to make sure you guys can hear me. I'm not seeing anything pop up, and I'm wondering if it's my phone. So, okay. So let's get started. I know a lot of you guys catch this on replay, so I don't want you spending too long at the beginning of this waiting. So here's the thing. This entire last year has been a huge transition. If you've been in this group for a while with us, over a year, then you've probably seen a ton of change. And so again, I want to share with you, like, what the heck is a Fitmompreneur? Why did we title this group to be that? Is this group only for moms and entrepreneurs? No, and no. This group is for all women. Let's just start off with that way. All women that are on some sort of health journey, that want to get healthier, that want to lose weight, that want to lose belly fat, that just need a place to feel supported and loved on and get a little bit of accountability from, and maybe a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of support. This group is for you. This community is designed for all women. Why is it called the Fitmompreneur? Because it's kind of a little bit of my story. And a year ago, we had barely 800 women, I believe, in this group. A little over a year ago. I started the group a couple years ago, and it used to be titled Body After Baby. And then Body After Baby became like, doesn't really fit me personally. Yes, I've had kids. I've got a 6-year-old little girl and a 3-year-old little boy, but it wasn't, it didn't sit well just to be called Body After Baby. And then we started dissecting who I was as the person, and that's where my story comes in, and that's what led to the name of the community. So again, if you're a mom, awesome, you're welcome in this group. If you're not a mom, awesome, you're welcome in this group. If you're an entrepreneur, you're welcome. If you're not an entrepreneur, you're welcome. Like, all walks of life live in this community. This group is full of mom entrepreneurs, moms growing businesses online, moms growing brick and mortar businesses, moms that are stay-at-home moms, which is a full-time job in its own, or a lot of career women. Some women aren't moms at all. Like, to me, this group is for all of that. But A little bit again, I want to go, I wrote notes so that I stay in point here because I go on tangents if you've ever watched any of my videos, but a little bit about our story about this community. It started, like I said, a little over a year ago. We had 800 women and we're about to creep over 5,000, you guys. So this is if you have women friends that need a place that's positive, love, support, invite them to the community. They're always welcome. But a little bit of my story, it's kind of funny because years ago I used to always put Fitmompreneur on everything before I really knew who in the heck I was as an individual. And then I switched it to Body After Baby, and then I did a lot of soul searching and deep diving and led back to Fitmompreneur. But here's the thing, I'm Angela Campbell, obviously, if you don't know me. I grew this group. I started this group a couple years ago. Not really knowing where I was going to go with it yet. Now I'm like crystal clear of like what the vision is that we're doing here. But for me personally, I'm a mom. Like I said, I have a 6-year-old little girl, a 3-year-old little boy. I've been in the fitness industry for over 15 years now in the personal training space, in the gyms, teaching group fitness classes. Some of you guys know me from CG, which is an outdoor fitness boot camp that I started, I didn't start it. I was a coach for a while, right? I did figure competitions, all that kind of stuff prior to having kids. I did all the hardcore crazy meal plans and the crazy restrictive diets and the hardcore workouts where I was working out 2 hours a day, some in the morning, some in the evening. I did all that hardcore crazy stuff. And life changed. I got burnt out actually in that space. And left fitness altogether, you guys. In 2012, I left fitness. I said, peace out. I'm done. I'm tired. I'm burnt out. I'm exhausted. And I had an opportunity to go sit behind a desk in the corporate world, right? In the corporate world. I quickly realized that is not a place for me. I was not meant to sit behind a desk. Hey, Tita. I was not meant to sit behind a desk and crunch numbers on spreadsheets, in accounting. And that's what I did. I did that for 2 years, y'all. 2 years, and during those 2 years, I was lost, I was miserable, I was going to the gym to just get the heck out of the office for a little while, but I wasn't really deep diving into me, the person, and my workouts and all the things. In the meantime, my husband and I also got married, and we were trying to have a baby, and all the things, and things weren't working out in that area either. We ended up having to go to fertility doctors and all the things, and use a doctor, and finally found out we were going to have a baby, and my world changed. Prior to that, though, let me back up a little bit. Prior to even finding out we were pregnant, network marketing came into my space, into my life. And that's where some of my friends introduced me to network marketing. So I know we have a lot of network marketing ladies in this group. And if that's you, I would love to know, like, what do you do? What business are you a part of? Or what type of business do you run now? It doesn't have to be network marketing by any means. It can be anything. Some of you guys are, all walks of life. I'd love to know, like, what do you personally do? But that's what 2014 network marketing came into my life. 2015, I became a mom. And right at that time, in that entire transition, once we found out we were having a baby, it was the biggest motivation ever for me. I used the network marketing space to be able to quit my job when it came time to be a mom, and I've been able to work from home since my baby was born. So that industry is near and dear to my heart because it changed my life. It's not the only thing I do, obviously, anymore. 2015, I became a work from home mama to my sweet little girl, and it was the best thing in the entire world. But something was still missing. I love fitness, you guys, fitness and health and nutrition and just being an active lifestyle, the fit mom, whatever you want to call it. Hey, Lori, all that stuff, that's in my heart and that's my passion. That's where I was like, that's my bigger calling. I just didn't really know how to do it. So I got back into group fitness. So I was teaching boot camps early in the morning while my world slept at home. My baby girl was at home. I got up at the crack of dawn. I went and taught group classes, did all that stuff. So in the meantime, I was a mom. I was in network marketing. I was teaching group fitness, and I was just burning my candle at both ends, right? Go, go, go. Put hustle in the comments if you know what I mean by burning my candle at both ends. I was doing all the things. And then 2018, baby 2 came into our world. We wanted a second baby, and I prayed and prayed and prayed and wanted my second kid. And that was always my dream. I wanted a baby boy, and God blessed us with the baby boy. 2018 became mom of 2 now. Man, did the world change. If you guys have kids, like tell me how many kids do you have below? Like drop a number below. I have 2. We stopped at 2. That was my dream, to have 2 babies. Not to mention my second kid. I was 36 when I had my second baby. I'll be 40 in less than a month now. Best thing in the world, you guys. After baby number 2, though, I never really bounced back fully. And that's kind of what led me to what we do now here in Fitmompreneur community, Fitmama coaching, all this stuff. After baby number 2, I was still doing everything. I was still trying to keep up with it all. I was still trying to teach group fitness. I was doing network marketing and actually taken on additional classes for group fitness, and trying to figure out where in the world I was supposed to fit time in for myself, because my second kid did not sleep very well. My second kid, we spent many nights in the recliner. Like, tell me, did you have any kids that did not sleep very well? Like, which one was it for you? My first baby was an angel. She was the perfect kid, easy peasy. Second one was not the best, a sleeper. So needless to say, if you guys can relate to this, put me in the comments. Like, I was not getting good sleep. I was still trying to do the hardcore hustle and network marketing. I was still doing the group fitness classes and trying to fit it all in. But guess who was not getting taken care of? Like me. If you can relate to this, put me in the comments. I was exhausted. I was running on fumes. I was not taking care of myself at all, not prioritizing myself at all. 2018 to 2019 was probably one of the worst time for me as far as my health goes. I neglected myself like crazy. No matter being in the fitness industry, I was preaching to everybody else to take care of themselves. And I was pretending like I had it all together. Little did I know, or not, I knew it, but I didn't tell anybody. I didn't even let my husband know that I was literally falling apart on the inside, because it was just me putting a lot of pressure on myself to do it all. Guess what started happening? Everything started falling apart. Everything started falling apart. My health, I wasn't happy with who I saw in the mirror. I ended up losing my weight, the pounds, but I also lost a lot of muscle. I lost a lot of endurance. I was not healthy at all. And if you can relate to this at all, again, put me in the comments and let me know. Maybe this is where you're at right now, or maybe this is where you were at one point in your journey. And that is honestly what led me to like all the things we do now inside this community, everything I talk about, everything I share about, everything that we do in Fitmama coaching, which is our VIP community and programs that we run outside of this community. And it's honestly where it all created. I feel like God put me in that position to be in the unhealthiest place ever, so that I can do all the things that I do now. And he brought me back up as, hey, remember that story and remember that crap and remember that hard times I put you through? I put you there for the reason, and now you're actually living it. This is your purpose. But you had to go through that crap first. You had to go through the unhealthy version of you first. And if you're maybe in the unhealthy version right now, it's really hard to maybe see where the end is coming from, but it comes, I promise. I look back now and I'm like, man, I am grateful that God put me through all the things that he did, because now I can actually help people that are in that place now. That's the Fitmompreneur community. That is Fitmama coaching. These are all the things we do. September 2019 for me was like the moment in my life that totally changed everything. It was I was living on coffee. I was living on fumes. I was literally just surviving. My businesses were falling apart. Everything that I had tried, I just worked my tail off to accomplish, was falling apart because I could no longer keep up, guys. I couldn't keep up anymore. I was in the worst financial place, honestly, that we had been in. My husband went through some job changes at the same time. So it was like, hello, how do we pay our mortgage? That is where we were. And again, sitting over here exhausted, but like, I don't have anything left to give. I have nothing left to give. And then I look back now, September 2019 was a moment in my life that really just, it was like a slap in the face. My son was 18 months old at that time. Some of you guys may have heard this story. I've only shared it like 2 or 3 times because it's I'm trying to get more comfortable with sharing it because it ate me up for a long time. And he was 18 months old. I was living on coffee, 2 p.m. in the afternoon. I was making coffee. Well, he was a climber, you guys can imagine. And it was the worst day of my life. And it also, now I look back, was maybe the best day in a sense, just, that God woke me the heck up, because he climbed, he grabbed my coffee cup, he poured it all down him. And it was the ER visit with 2 second-degree burns that he can still see today on his chest, and it breaks my heart every time I see it. And beat myself up for a really long time. But now, again, I look back and I feel like I need to share that a little bit more, because I don't want anybody to go through anything maybe as drastic as that. But it was like, hello, wake up. It is time for you to start taking care of yourself, Angela. Like, you have to. You can't take care of everybody else, burning from nothing. You have nothing left in your cup to give anybody. Stop doing this to yourself and take care of yourself. That's how I look at that day when my son got burnt because I was just living on coffee, 2 p.m. in the afternoon. And it was the worst day of my life, but now I look at it as part of my story to share, like, this is why I do what I do now. This is why all the things that you see us talk about in this community is why we are here. And it just kept going from there. Like, it took me a little while. I sat in quietness and beat myself up for a really long time for that. And then it was still a little bit while longer. I started like, okay, I got to get my crap together. I got to figure this out. I got to do this. Like, one, because I either needed to go get a job and let someone else take care of my kids during the day, which was a huge thing that I was totally against, because that's what I wanted to do, is always be mama at home. But I had to make money. I had to figure out a way. And so honestly, one of the first things that my husband and I changed together was our faith. If your faith is something that's important to you, and I know we all have different beliefs and different things, but I know a lot of women in this community are very open, just being close to their faith, putting it all to God and trust in Him. And that was the first thing we did. We found a new home when it came to our church, which we walked in the door and felt like we were home. Day one, we ended up getting saved in October of last year. We're baptized together, my husband and I. It was the best thing ever. And God has just blessed us over and over and over after all the things that we've been through, and allowing us to do more for everybody else. So the first change that I made was our faith. It was the thing that overall changed everything, because guys, everything starts with your mind. And to me, my faith is my mindset. That is spending time in my faith has really changed my entire life and my health. And what we do now, right? So again, we were failing in business. Everything was falling apart. March of last year. I love that, Lori. Being baptized with my husband was an amazing, amazing experience in front of hundreds of people from our church. It was actually at the lake as well too. So it was a special moment. So everything started to come together after that for us. So if you're kind of in a place where everything's falling apart for you, again, remember, like, you have to start somewhere, in baby steps. And maybe it's just reaching out, talking to somebody about this very same thing. Maybe it's you getting closer to your faith. I know some people have expressed that that's something that they want to do, or maybe it's something else. Maybe it's something else for you, right? But we started falling apart financially. We were still in not a good place. Like, that didn't turn around overnight, and it's still not turned around. But we're in a much better place now. Last year, March 2020 was when this group changed. We rebranded this entire group. Why? Because I made an investment in myself to get help. I finally got out of my way and stopped being hard-headed and said, you know what? I need help. I don't know how I'm going to figure it out. I don't know how I'm going to afford it. But we maxed out our last credit card to get me a coach. I needed a coach to help me in all the areas, in mindset and business. And then eventually took it a step further and got a health coach. I'm a health coach for women, you guys. Hello. I know what to do and when to do it. I need someone to do it for myself. We're all human and we need accountability. And that was a big thing for me. But the biggest kicker for last year was when I invested in myself and I felt in a place in my life that I felt worthy of it. I deserved it. I needed it because I was up against the wall, like something's got to change, or I'm about to go into a field that I don't like. And that's where the Fitmompreneur name changed into this community. And I wanted to pour my heart and soul into this community. And that's where a lot of the things you see in here now started to come into place. That's where Fitmama coaching, that we also launched last year, came to life with our group coaching programs that a lot of women are going through right now, where you guys see shout outs in this group for some women that are losing inches, losing pounds, making changes in their lifestyle, completely changing their total life and health. And that is that ties into one of our missions. Now we have two amazing coaches in this community that are helping us with the Fitmama coaching. Because why? I realized I can't do all this myself. No way. This community is growing like crazy, and I truly believe in an army of women, an army of people together is what it's going to take to change the world. I'm only one person, and that's what I want this community to always feel like. No matter if you're in our coaching programs or you're just a part of this free community, like this is a place I always want everyone in here to feel welcome and open and loved on and never judged. And if there's ever any negativity or judging, please, there's a report button on the comments. I can report it. They're removed instantly. And all the things. So yeah, so we have Coach Erica that's in this community. We have Coach Lori who's on with us right now, is amazing part of this community. Why? Because all these things that I'm talking about and my beliefs, they have the same beliefs. And they're mamas, and they are living the fit life, and they have a big heart to want to share and help others as well, right? So again, it takes an army of women. So what is the mission of this group? What the heck is the mission? What is the mission of anything I'm doing, anything we're doing as a team of coaches, anything we're doing in this community? Is my biggest thing and my biggest mission that I feel like I'm called in this world to do by God is to help bring awareness of the importance of us as women taking back our life, taking back our health. Just because we have had kids, just because we're growing businesses, just because we're doing all the things and juggling all the hats that we're wearing, it doesn't mean that we are supposed to sacrifice ourselves and our health and let us fall apart like I was back then. We're not, it's not a requirement. And that's one of the biggest missions on anything I do, is to help everyone. I want everyone to know this, that you don't have to sacrifice yourself and your health in order to raise a family, in order to grow a business, in order to keep up with the Joneses, in order to do all the things that everyone is. I feel like so many of, and as our society and ourselves, we are women that tend to put too much pressure on ourselves to do everything and not have help. And that is not the case. And I feel like that's one of my biggest missions, is to bring awareness to that and help other women know it's okay to take care of your kids or your family, or say no to other people that are constantly asking for you to help them. What are they doing for you? What are you able to do for you? You have to put yourself on the priority list. And that is one of our biggest missions with our Fitmama coaching community that we do for the women we're coaching in this big community here, the Fitmompreneur community. If you're in here, more than likely you're on a health journey to either lose weight, lose belly fat, just freaking feel better in your own skin, have energy again, keep up with your kids that are 90 miles an hour and they don't ever stop until it's time to go to sleep at night, right? If they're like my son, like he just nonstop 20, that's full blast. He doesn't have a slow mode. It's like full blown mode. And then 8 o'clock at night, he drags us to go put him to bed. He's exhausted. But I know I'm not alone in this. And so again, our mission is to help bring awareness for other women to understand that it's okay to put yourself first. I'm a big believer in being selfish. Being selfish means, my definition of being selfish, I've shared this a lot lately, is literally being selfish means taking care of you first so you can show up better for everyone else. If you're not putting you first, then it's really hard to do anything for anybody else. And that's the big, hard, ugly lesson that I learned the hard way. Don't learn it the hard way. I think a lot of us do, but also things in this group, what to expect in this group. And part of our mission too is to help you figure out, how in the world am I supposed to put myself first, Angela? Like the way you say it, it sounds super easy, right? Put how in the comments if you're someone that's like, okay, that sounds great, and Angela, but how in the world am I supposed to do that? How in the world am I supposed to put myself first? Like, you make it sound so easy. It's not easy. I'll be 100% honest with you. It's a mindset shift, and it takes work, and it is a process, and it is not something that you can flip a switch and all of a sudden, woo, I'm putting me first and it feels great. It's a process, and you have to start slow in tiny baby steps. Like I always tell, 10 minutes a day. I guarantee you can find 10 minutes a day for you. And even if that means locking yourself in a room to do it, like 10 minutes, that's if the answer to your how, like find 10 minutes and you got to spend it and my biggest thing I can't stress enough is doing it in the morning. Doing it before everything else starts. Why? Because it's going to set yourself up and everybody else's day up better if you spend a little bit of time on you in the morning. Whether it's going for a walk, maybe it's just sitting in quiet time, maybe it's sitting on the back porch drinking coffee, listening to the sounds of nature. Maybe it's prayer time. Maybe it is journaling, devotionals, whatever works for you. Maybe it's just stretching. I'm just going to get up in the morning and stretch because it feels so good. And I'm not going to just roll out of bed feeling like I'm in the rush mode and then I'm stressed from the second you wake up. It's not the best way to start. And then we overlap on everybody else around us when we do it that way. So in this group, what to expect? A lot of stuff. We train, again, Mondays at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time is typically when I do trainings. Once a week, there's a training in here. on something, different topics, things that you guys are asking us for help on. A lot of the things that we hear other women struggling with is typically we turn it into a training so we can teach the masses, because we need to know that, right? We love to teach ways on how to manage your life, how to manage your time, how to manage your health, in ways that you can fit it in the nooks and crannies of your day. Because let's face it, almost everyone in here is struggling with time management and figuring out when to fit it in. Not everyone, some of you guys have it figured out now. But if time is something you struggle with, put time in the comments. How to manage it, how to get actually lifetime results. You guys, we don't preach or teach quick fixes in this group. This is not the group for that. Like if you're on a mission to just hurry up and lose a bunch of weight because I don't want to do work, I just want to drop it quick. It's all I care about. This may not be the community for you, to be 100% honest, because I like to teach ways that are going to help you get results, yes, but keep them. We want to teach you ways to actually change your lifestyle, change your overall health, while you're losing weight, while you're losing inches, while you're getting rid of belly fat. Not just hurry up, let's cut a food group out, drop 10 pounds and woohoo, and then I'm just gonna gain it right back. That's not our mission. And I just don't believe in that approach. So I'll be frank with it. If that's what you're looking for, it's probably the wrong community for that. We wanna teach you all the pieces of the puzzle. You guys, I'm a big believer in a health journey. It's not just about working out and eating right. And that's what a lot of people get wrong. They just think, okay, I need to, or they teach, like this is what society teaches. I need to change what I eat and I need to work out. Okay, that sounds great. And those are two big crucial pieces of our programs. Do not get me wrong. But the other piece is you have to focus on your mind. You change your mind, change your brain, and then you will change your body, right? Like they are fully connected. And the pieces of the puzzle to me, to truly get to the lifelong change, it has fitness, obviously, it has nutrition, obviously, but it also has mindset work. It has accountability because we all need it. And it also has a faith because that's a big part of my journey for sure, but it has to be all piece of the puzzle. If you really want to change your life, you have to do it all. We can't just focus on a diet. We got to do a little bit of everything, but what to expect out of the group, again, positivity, you guys, love, support. This is a great place for accountability. Some of the women are not in our coaching program. Some of the women literally share inside this group some accountability. We do that with free challenges. Like this week is the water challenge. Who is doing the water challenge in here? Put water in the comments. And I want to really let you guys know that this community is open for anybody and everybody. If you're in here and maybe you're not necessarily doing coaching with us, but you need a place to share and not feel like you're going to be judged out there in the whole big world of Facebook, share your workouts in here, share what you're doing, share your food, share your water, share your struggles, share your anything. We would love for this place to just be an accountability place for anybody and everybody. Share it. You're going to be what? You're going to be loved on. You're going to be encouraged. You're going to be not judged. This is not a place for judgment. Again, if you see any of that anywhere, report the comment, report the post. It's getting out. It will be out of here immediately. So expect love and no judgment and accountability in this community. So share. There's tons of resources in this community, you guys. If you've never looked in the resources, actually it's called guides now. Facebook loves to change things up all the time. At the top of this group, you can click guides. There's a lot of guides in here, a lot of resources that we've actually put in here. There's every training that we've done inside this community, which is a lot. And it's organized in the guides. You can go back and just scan the titles and see which one do I think is the one that I need to hear right now, and go back and listen to them, love on them, and do all the things. Expect weekly trainings in here again every single Monday. Expect challenges. Usually it's typically a challenge a month. Usually don't do a whole lot more than that. But outside of challenges, there's all kinds of different things that we're doing inside this community. Sometimes we did a 3-day belly bloat program last month where we were sharing a recipe that a lot of us use. I'm actually putting together some recipes that I'm going to give away here in the next week or so. So stand by as that's coming your way. Just look for posts, be aware, turn your notifications on in this community so you don't miss anything, because we're always giving away value on a monthly and weekly basis inside this community. Outside of the community, we also are a couple things. Like if you're someone who I keep missing your stuff on social media, Angela, because I'm trying really hard to stay off social media. Like, believe me, I get it. We did a training in our VIP group yesterday that talked a lot about our phones are part of a lot of the mental illnesses that a lot of people are going through right now. So we also, there's things outside of actual social media. Like we are a part of Life Network for Women, which is a faith-based Christian channel. It's an app you can download. We release a new episode every single Wednesday on the app that a lot of times there are similar topics that we talk about in here. It's just another place, and it's faith-based. If faith isn't important to you, put app in the comments. I'll drop you the link. It's in here, but you can definitely just put app and I'll shoot that over to you. You can do that. We have a podcast. We have Fitmama podcast on iTunes. You can also download a lot of the things we do inside this community on the weekly trainings, get uploaded there. So, hey, you don't want to be on social media as much, or it's easier for you to listen to replays on podcasts. It's there. Again, if you want podcasts, put podcasts. I'll drop the link. You always have to be on social media. We've got some gear coming that's in the works, some cool stuff that's just going to be fun, and new things coming all the time. I love to create new ways for you guys to always have these reminders in your ears, and not always having to living on social media. Just having reminders that, remember this: if you're a woman in this community, you're more than likely on a health journey. It's probably, I'm assuming that's what gravitated you to our community. Know that you're not alone. Again, there's almost 5,000 women in here, you guys. There are 5,000 of these women join this community because they're trying to get healthy themselves. So know that you're never alone. Whatever your struggle you might be going through right now, again, you're not the only one going through that struggle. And being open, you don't have to share all your private business, but if you want to share all your private business, again, this is a safe community that you can do that. Share it, ask questions. You can tag me on anything you put in here if you post, and I'll see it a little faster, and I can make sure that I give feedback or answer questions or do all the things. Or again, any of our amazing coaches, Coach Lori, Coach Eric, are in this community too. And a lot of times some of the other women pitch in that have learned from us and different things when there's something going on. Just know that you're not alone. This is a safe place for accountability. Share your journey in here, not only when we're doing challenges like the water challenges this week, but I really highly encourage you to use it anytime. You want a place to post your workout and feel like you're going to be judged out there on social media for the public and the world to see, put it in here. Again, because all we're going to do is love on you, encourage you. If you're having a bad moment, you're going through a time where you're like, you don't believe in yourself, you have doubt creeping in, you all of a sudden like don't feel like you're worthy of it because the scale didn't move, you haven't made any progress yet, you are not alone, I promise. Sometimes there's things outside of your nutrition and fitness going on that are keeping you from seeing changes yet. And again, these are things that we love to teach on. So my inbox is always open. And again, this community is always open as well too. So again, our mission is to bring awareness for women to understand the importance of putting themselves first so that everyone else in their entire life benefits. Is it easy? No, we're not going to sit here and preach it and say, hey, it's easy, it's a piece of cake. If you didn't hear my story at the beginning of this, I'm about to hop off and you can go back and rewatch it and see where I was nearly 2 years ago at the most unhealthy place ever, and how I flipped my world upside down because I finally realized, and God sent me the biggest sign in the entire world that said, Angela, get your crap together. You've got to take care of your health. Your family deserves better of what you're giving them, because right now you're an irritable, moody, exhausted mama and wife that they do not deserve that version of you. So get it together. And that I finally got it together, and I still have my moments of struggle, but we 40 coming in soon, trying to go into the 40s in the best shape of my life. And if I can do it, I guarantee that any of you guys can do it too. It just, you have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. And maybe that starting means stop saying you don't have time, because the more you say that out loud, the more you're just going to believe, like, I don't have time. There's no way I can fit this in. Yes, you can. But then maybe just start with literally, I do have time. I do have time. I do have time. I do have time. I have to find time. And start with 10 minutes and then get the ball rolling. My inbox, like I said, is always open. Our coaches' inboxes are always open. At any point in time, shoot me a message. We can even hop on a quick phone call and just shoot you in the right direction. Literally just a few minutes on a phone call. Sometimes we can get so much more accomplished and shoot you in the right direction to what might be the best for you. Is it a resource? Or maybe it's actually working with us. I don't know until we actually have a conversation. But love you guys. Again, Mondays, 10 a.m. Central, new videos in here every single week. Thanks for hopping on and listening to my ramble and our story. And I think it's very important for you guys to know where Fitmamapreneur came from. It took some deep diving to figure out who I was as the person. I love fitness. I love being a mom, and I'm an entrepreneur, and I love helping women of all walks of life. So that's kind of where it came together. So love you guys. Have an amazing Wednesday, and I'll chat soon. Bye.